seeing a documentary about weight loss.
This is my second time watching it. This is my second time watching because I did. I wanted to get my thoughts clear in the movie before I do the review, so I'm watching with him now. Yeah, help. Wait, Nick Cage dressed more like this in the movie. Oh yeah, Nick Cage collection. This is all. These aren't mine. Only this one and this one are mine. I don't have many Nick Cage movies. These are from the library, so and I have yet to see any of them. I have seen Croods and Croods 2 before, but the rest I've never seen before, so I'm gonna have to see them. Ranking of every Nick Cage movie I've seen coming out soon. I really wanted to love this movie. Like I was prepared for this movie. Not really, because I haven't seen all these, and they mentioned like this one and this one. I haven't seen those, but I really wanted this. I was like, this was one of my most anticipated films of the year. It was okay. I was. My expectations were so high. I don't think they could have ever been met. But let's get into the positive that I really loved about the movie. The relationship between Nick Cage and Pedro Pascal, beautiful. It was great. That anything that wasn't really that was okay. The relationship before with Nick Cage and his younger self, pretty good, really good. I wish it could have been more like in the end, like at least he would have showed up at the end, but not really. He only shows up like really 4 or 3 times that I can remember. I saw it twice, okay, so these are really in-depth thoughts. But yeah, they had the references I wanted. Like, not as many references, because they never mentioned, like, Willy's Wonderland, Color of Out of Space, or Prisoners of Ghostland, or my personal used-to-be favorite, The Family Man. I think it's my 3rd favorite, I think. But, obviously, you have your Con Air, your Face Off, your Gone in 60 Seconds, your Face Off, obviously. But it didn't have as much reference. Well, I can't like want a movie to be something and then give it to me. Like, that's my biggest flaw. Like I that was like what's with me. I wanted this to be so many things, but I knew it couldn't. But I was hoping it was. I think that's just me. Like that, I heard it personally. My dad wasn't as into like, oh, I can't wait for this movie. He just came along with me to watch it, and he watched every Nick Cage movie that I watched, so he was like prepared as well. He just said it was entertaining. He didn't really like it. I liked it. I liked it to the point I can say I liked it. But yeah, I was like, I didn't want to say I was disappointed. It gave me a lot of what I wanted, but it just gave me a lot of stuff I didn't like necessarily want. Sorry, second positive. Nick Cage's daughter in the movie. Beautiful. I simp over her now. She's 16. I'm 16. Hey, it's only she was his really daughter. But yeah, the opening was really weird. Like, it was something, and then cuts to something completely else. The editing in this movie really got to, like, really wasn't really, I didn't, like, what do you kids say these days? Like, vibe? Like, I didn't really vibe with it. I don't know if I'm using it correctly. Because in the trailers, they cut down a lot. I listened to the trailer, like, as music. I'm walking around school. I'm Nick friggin' Cage. Like, I'm listening to that. So, like, when we jumped off the cliffs, I didn't know that was a cliff. We could have died. Ah! They didn't cut out the ah! They cut out the ah! They cut out the guy saying, I'm 44 years old. Why would I see Croods 2? I've seen Face Off and Con Air. They just say, why would I see Croods 2? I'm picking you up. That makes no sense. Like, I didn't like the editing. Like, they cut out scenes. But I know what they cut out because I listened to the trailers. I know. I've seen the trailers many times. But yeah, I wanted to say this movie disappointed me, but I can't say it disappointed me because it gave me a lot of what I wanted. But yeah, the biggest positive is just Pedro Pascal and Nick Cage. That's enough for me to get into the theater. Would I rewatch it? Obviously, I did the second time I watched it, but yeah, I don't. Go watch it if you. I mean, yeah, I recommend go watch it. I guess, but like it's just when it isn't Nick Cage and Pedro Pascal, it's just like a generic action. It's just a generic movie. movie with like a kidnapping, but they address it in the movie, but that doesn't give it out. That doesn't make it good. At the end, when I'm just gonna give you like a that edit was so weird. I get what they were going for, but I did not like it whatsoever. Like the ending credit, like the ending, the climax of the action, they didn't edit. I get what they were going for. I didn't like it. Like I said, I didn't like it. I think it ended quite abruptly. Yeah, it ended abruptly. But I love the final quote at the end of the movie. But yeah, it's a funny, entertaining movie for the most part when it's just Pedro Pascal and Nicolas Cage. But yeah, I want, as much as I want to say is severely disappointed. I can't say it because my expectations were too high. I liked it enough. 3 out of 5.
Excuse me, is Harvey going to want me to, you know...
I'm not sure I understand.
Look, Harvey! Nick Cage.
Rachel.